Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my Friday edition of my journey through fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. And I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit quicker than I normally do. For some of you maybe who will listen to this for the first time, that you maybe haven't listened to the rest of my 33 videos that I have done. I think this is video number 33 or 34. That I've been doing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Gosh, it must be since the end of May, like mid to the end of May, somewhere around that time. And basically what I'm doing is I am sharing my story, my struggles through 25 years of fear, anxiety, 25 years of fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. I struggled, yes, for 25 years from the time I was 11 until I was in my actually late 30s. But I have been free now for a little bit over 20 years. So not only am I sharing my story, letting people know what a horrendous time that was, what a hellish existence it is to live like that. And if you are one who does struggle with that, or you live with somebody or know somebody who does, I'm here mostly to give hope and to give encouragement, right? To let you know that I am nobody special, that if I can break free, you can break free, to give, little nuggets, in each of these 33 videos that I've done that are going to help you, things that you can think about, a lot of things that might run against what you've heard about fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression. We can add that to it too. It might give you a little check in your spirit to think, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I had, but I'll tell you something. There's a lot of things that I had to not believe about this condition or whatever. I don't even want to call it condition. To me, it's a spirit. It's a spirit of fear. It gets in there, right? It gets into your mind. It begins to just inundate your mind. It begins to talk to you. It lies to you. It makes things larger than life. I get it. I've been there. And there's a lot of things that I had to unlearn about this condition, or think differently about it and learn differently about it and do different things in order that I would break free from it, right? So sometimes you have to kind of almost start from scratch, okay? And what I put, my sort of topic for this one today was, what are you agreeing with? And what I've come to find out, hey Connor, is that the power of agreement is huge. When the Bible even says, when two or more agree as touching, when it says is like anything that they ask, will be done for them. But the power of agreeing with something. So you go to the doctor and you find out, what is going on. It took me, I was 11 when this started, didn't tell my parents until I was 16, then went to the doctor for the first time. And at that time, it was like you're normal teenage kid. This just, everybody, most kids go through this. Well, that wasn't my findings when I began to sort of ask, okay? So it wasn't until I was probably in my early to mid 20s, and somebody put a name on it, because we have a name for everything, right? So, hey, this is the deal, Heidi. You have anxiety and panic attacks. You have GAD, G-A-D, generalized anxiety disorder. Here's the medicine. You're going to have to take this. It's a chemical imbalance, okay? So, if you hear that, then we go, oh, okay, now I know what I have. I have panic and anxiety attacks. And you, in essence, agree with that, right? You make an agreement, and that's powerful, okay? Hey, Ellen, to agree with that. So now it's like, oh, now I know what I have. And now I can tell everybody, and I've agreed with it, which, how do I want to say this? Which kind of makes it settle, right? When two forces agree on something, like we agree on this, it's like it's settled. All right, it's settled. It's there. This is what I have. I just got to go with that, right? So, all right, so the doctor tells you this is what you have. It's a chemical imbalance. Here's the medicine. Going to be on that for the rest of your life, right? So, oh, okay. I have a chemical imbalance too. So I have anxiety and panic attacks. I have a chemical imbalance. Wow, at least I know this is what I have. So I am in agreement with it. So now it's binding, right? So now it's like, oh, okay, two people, the doctors come together, you're there too. Maybe your husband's there too. Maybe somebody else is there too. And it's like, now I know what we have. I'm agreeing with the diagnosis, so I'm taking it. When I'm agreeing with the diagnosis, then I'm taking it. Now it's mine. That diagnosis is now mine. It becomes mine. And now I make the mistake of telling people, this is what I have. I have anxiety. I have panic attacks. And then I begin to say, this is my anxiety. My anxiety is so bad today. Did you know I have a chemical imbalance and I'm going to be on this medication forever? So yeah, so you're in agreement. Hey, Marissa, with the diagnosis, you're in agreement with what's happening with it. Now you take it, you internalize with it, you've made an agreement. Really, it's almost like a covenant. You've made a covenant with that. And you wonder after how many years it's still there because you've made an agreement with it, right? Now, can that be broken? Absolutely. 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 Agreements can be broken. And hey, you, Marissa, and that's what I'm here to encourage you with too. If you have agreed with that diagnosis and taken it and said, yes, this is what I have, this is what I'm stuck with, I'm just going to learn to live with it, I'm going to endure it, I'm going to put up with it, I'm going to fashion my life around it. I'm going to keep fashioning my life around this thing, right? I'm going to learn how to manage it. That's not what I'm here for. I didn't do 34 videos on this to teach you how to manage fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, depression. I'm not managing it. I was in that mode at one point, yes. Learning to live with it. What did I do with prescriptions? I tossed them, man. What did I do with the doctors that were telling me this? I said, nope, I got to go to another one. Nope, I'm going to keep seeking this out because, as much as I struggled with it, as much as it was the most hellish experience ever, it was like, no, I'm going to break free somehow, some way. I don't know how. I don't know what that looks like, but it's going to happen. Okay, so what I would tell you is if you have agreed with this, if you have made that agreement, this is what I have. I've kind of internalized it, that you've said, it's become a part of who I am. And I have begun to fashion my life around fear and anxiety and panic attacks. I began to say, this is the way I have to live because you've agreed with the diagnosis, and you can break that agreement. You can say it because you know what the most powerful thing is, really the most more powerful thing, and I've talked about so much, is your words, is what is coming out of your mouth. Words are creative. They have creative power, and they have the power. The Bible tells us that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And you'll eat the fruit of whichever one you speak. If you're speaking life over your circumstances, you're going to see life begin to come into your circumstances. If you keep speaking death, and this is how I'm stuck, and I'm here, and there's nothing I can do, I just got to be on this medicine. It's giving me so many side effects, though, but this is just how I have to live. And, nope, I can't do that because anxiety. Nope, I can't go there because I need to take medication at 4 o'clock, and I won't have it with. If you're fashioning your life around it and speaking like that and telling everybody, in essence, you're speaking death, okay? Not physical death, but you get it, right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Agreement is in the power of the tongue. You agree. Yes, there's, handshake agreements. But like I said in the beginning, if you agree with that, if you agree with the diagnosis, I have fear, I have anxiety, I have panic attacks, internalize it. Now it's like, this is how I have to live. And that simply isn't true. And you can reverse it and you can say, you know, I break those agreements that I've had with fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. I break it right now. I break it right now. And I'm moving forward. And I'm no longer, I don't have to live like this. I won't live like this. I am moving forward to learn all I can so that I don't have to live like this anymore. You can break those agreements and you can say, I no longer internalize this. It might be something that I am experiencing, but it's not me. It is not, I am not fear. I'm not anxiety. I'm not panic attacks. That's not who I am. It's just something that I am struggling with and going through. All right. It's powerful. It's powerful. And it's something that we don't learn, very often. The power of agreement. The Bible is clear about it. It's so strong. It's so strong. What you agreement with, what you make covenant with what you, it doesn't matter what it is, I agree with that. I'm taking it. I'm internalizing it. And that's the way it is. Then your life is going to follow that pattern. It's going to keep following it. That's not what you want. And again, that's not what these videos are about. These videos are about breaking that agreement with fear. Breaking up with it. There's a song. I think there's a song right now out, Christian song. Gosh, I can't think of who it's by, but that's the whole premise of it. Like it's called the breakup song, I think. I'm sorry, who? Oh, Mandisa. My son just from the other room said that. And I believe that's what it's called, the breakup song. And she's breaking up with fear. Is that right, Connor? Yeah. So you got to break up with fear, right? You got to say no. No, I'm not entertaining you anymore. I'm not standing in agreement with you anymore. No, you've wreaked havoc in my life for way too long, and you got to put your foot down with that and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm done with you. I'm breaking up with you. Right? I'm going toward a new life of freedom, and that's the way God wants you to live. That's the way I want you to live. I broke up with it. I broke up with it over 20 years ago. Little over 20 years ago, and you can too. So right now, what I would encourage you to do, well, I'll tell you. So I've been saying I'm going to have all these videos. There's 34 of them on a YouTube channel. So we downloaded those and we had a little issue. My son Connor is helping me with that, bless his heart. And we had a little issue. We had to delete them all and we had to start over. I got 14 of them downloaded onto that YouTube channel today. So I've got 20 more to go, right? Yeah, I got like 20 more to go. It will be done this weekend. We'll get those all done. And then I'm going to give you the link on Monday for that YouTube channel, or not the link, but whatever you would go on to subscribe it. And you can see all of these videos. And go back, man, and listen to these. This is not my wisdom. I am not the smart. This is wisdom from above that has helped me break free from fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. Who knew? Never in a million years, 25, 30 years ago, would I have thought that I would have a voice for this, that God would give me a voice for this to help people to break free from this as well. But again, you can go back. Any of these that you listen to are going to be little nuggets on how to break up with fear, on how to sever that tie with fear, on how to say, no, I'm going to have an indignation now. No, I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to do everything I can to break free instead of keeping that agreement and enduring it and putting up with it and learning to live with it. That's not overcoming. That's not overcoming, and you can overcome. All right. So anyway, that's my message today, and have an amazing weekend. And I just pray for all of you. I just pray for you guys that are listening to this. I pray for you guys that are watching these videos. I pray that you would go back and that you would listen to some of these and that you would have ears to hear, that you'd have ears to hear what it has to say and begin to go, wow, that's a different way of thinking about it. But you know what? I'm going to consider it, right? Because what you consider, if you at least consider it, then there's a little open door to give you a new way of thinking, which just might be leading you on the road to breakthrough. Right. So anyway, again, have a great weekend. Thank you guys. Any of you who share these videos, who like these videos, who get them out. If you're struggling with it and you're listening to this, then share it, man. Share it so that other people are able to see it too. It's so cool. The people in the last few months that have come up to me that have told me, you know, I'm watching those videos. Heidi, I've watched every one of your videos, and or so and so has, you know, I've given them to this person or that person. It's such a blessing to know that. So anyway, hey Alicia, how are you? I'm actually closing up today. I've got some things to do, but please go back and listen to this video too. So anyways, God bless you guys, and I'll be back next Monday, and have an amazing weekend. I pray for a fear-free weekend for all of you, for any of you who are experiencing it, you know. And again, go back, listen to some of these that you have trouble, some of the things that you have trouble with, and listen over and over. You know, repetition, once it gets in there, it really, you know, it really starts to solidify. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on Monday.